Hello, welcome to this video. I think I need the light on. There we go, a little bit brighter. And this topic, I came up with the title because it is really true, right? This ain't your mama's menopause. I was thinking about why so many women have so many problems right now. And there's a myriad of reasons, and I want to go over some in this video. Before, I remember when my mom was going through it, all I remember her talking about was hot flashes, but I do remember her gaining weight and in the belly. And my mom was always very, very slim. So she also went through a period where she gained weight. But you know what? Really, they never really talked about it. And there are reasons why they may not have had the same symptoms, the same stress, the same emotional things that we go through now. And that's what I'm talking about in this video. This is huge. Okay? Because there's so many reasons people are like, I don't know why. Oh my God, how come I didn't know about this? I get a lot of comments on my YouTube and stuff. Wow, I had no idea this was the way it was going to be. We weren't told, right? We weren't told. It wasn't talked about when we were growing up. And maybe if you're in your early 40s, it might have been for you, but us, I know who are closer to 50 or beyond 50, it really wasn't talked about. So why is that? What makes the big difference? Why is it so different? Hello, whoever popped on. And if you come on watching the replay or not, let me know you watch. Say hello. Facebook always changes its algorithms and how it works. And what I see happening is sometimes I'm not getting as many views or post reach at all. And so that causes problem. That means you don't get to see the videos I'm doing. And I really want to do videos that are going to help you guys understand what you're going through, how to deal with it better, whether it's the emotions, the mindset, the physical part of it, right? Because this is huge. There was no one for me to turn to when I was going through this. I was only 43, I'm 57 now. And I had to resort to literally a couple books that were out there. And I studied and learned, hello, Kelly, so many things. So that's why I choose to help. And that's why it's my passion, is to really inform you and help you, guide you through this phase and even afterwards. Because if you are still, we experience hormonal changes always. We have ever since we were a kid. So it's not like hormonal changes end at a magical age, right? But what's going on? Why are things so different? Let me just see how things are working here. Okay, so far so good. Why are things so different now, right? And if you're watching this replay or whatever, let me know what symptoms you're experiencing, what stage you're in. Are you still in perimenopause? You still have your period. Are you in menopause, which means you haven't had your period for 1 full year? Or are you postmenopause? Basically, you haven't had your period for a year or longer, right? Menopause is actually the smallest phase. Postmenopause is the longest phase. And then, of course, perimenopause and postmenopause, of course, right? After you've had it. So what are some things? Why are things worse now? Our environment is more toxic than ever. And when we breathe in and take in those toxins, our body can't detoxify fast enough. And there are reasons for that right now also. And so our body begins to get a toxic buildup. And where our body stores toxins, things it cannot metabolize, is in our fat. So we have layers of fat also to hold toxins from the preservatives that are in our food, the flavorings, the natural flavorings, the spices. Hi, Alice. How you doing? All those things. So those things come into our body. Our body can't break them down fast enough and get rid of them fast enough because there's so many now for us. So it stores them in our fat. So, of course, that's a reason why we have this belly fat, this build up. In water retention, too. So it stores them in our tissues. And so our environment is so much more toxic now. And that also, you got to remember that chemicals and toxins can screw up the chemical balance of our body. And of course, that is our hormones. Our hormones are the chemicals that help every system in our body, that affect every system in our body. I shouldn't say help. They affect every system in our body, right? From our mood, we know that, how our brain functions, how our brain works, how we metabolize fat, how we metabolize insulin, how we deal with foods, how we break down our foods, how we sleep. Did I say that one or ever? If we detoxify, what our digestion's like, right? So our hormones, because there's also cortisol, there's also insulin, there's also leptin, there's also growth hormone, there's also estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, which are the ones we hear about a lot. cholesterol. Did I say that already? Lots of hormones in our body. Lots of hormones in our body. So when we're taking in toxins, overload of toxins, they screw up the chemical balance of our body. A toxic body can also break down the communication of our cells. So our cells are not able to they can't talk to each other properly. They can't heal properly. They can't duplicate properly. So then, of course, what happens is we're not replenishing. Like, your cells can replenish organs and heal your body, but if they're not working properly, there's not going to be any healing, right? There's not going to be a lot of healing going on. Hormones also affect how we sleep. So when we have our hormones are disrupted in our body, then we're not getting enough sleep, and we need sleep to detoxify. We need sleep to heal and to rejuvenate. So then that's not happening for us, and to recover. So the toxins in our environment now are causing a huge problem. Huge problems. They break down our body, leads to illness and disease, autoimmune diseases, all of this stuff. They affect the gut. So then leaky gut now is linked to a lot of autoimmune diseases. So the toxins in our environment, what we have now, are way worse than what our parents were experiencing as they were growing up. So you got to remember, it's not only when your mom was 50, the toxins that were around, because in the 70s, there was a lot of toxins in the food. But it was when they were growing up, they were eating, their soil had a lot more minerals in them. They ate a lot, came from farms, and they were eating farm fresh foods, and they were eating with the seasons, and they were eating things like that. They weren't going to restaurants. They weren't going to a lot of fast food places. There wasn't a lot of sugar for Christmas, for Halloween. They didn't have what we had growing up, right? So there was so much less of all of that stuff when our parents were growing up. So our mom did not have this overload of toxins. Also, another big reason why women go through a lot of distress during this phase of life is because of stress. Stress. Not that our mothers didn't have stress, but often, I mean, we're looking 100 years ago, even 200 years ago, and then even up to 60 years ago, 50 years ago. Hello, hi Mitzi. A lot of mothers were stay-at-home mothers. Not that that's less stressful, but you know what I mean. They're stay-at-home mothers. They had kids, tended to have kids younger. And so then we also left home young, you guys. Do you remember that? Who stayed at their parents till they were 26, 27, 30? No one. No one. So our parents, our mothers, when she was 50, we were probably out of the house. We were probably doing our own thing. They weren't helicopter parents, right? Our mom's like, go walk to school. It's snowing. It's up to your thighs. You can handle it, right? I mean, we walked through snow up to my top of my thighs through a field to get to our school. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. She never drove us in the wintertime. There was no driving. There was no picking up, right? We didn't go to 15 classes, right, throughout the week, like ballet and tap and basketball and baseball, all of those things. Our moms weren't driving us around like frantic, crazy women, plus working full time. They weren't doing that. Very rare were they doing that, right? Our parents were like, our mom was at home. She was having coffee with the neighbors. She was cleaning the house. She was cooking the dinner. That was a lot. That was a lot. But you got to remember, there wasn't any frantic, oh my God, my boss is expecting this of me. Oh my God, I got to run. I got to take Johnny here. I got to take him there. We got 5 things during the week. My kids eat fast. We got to go. There's this practice. There's this practice. There's this recital. We didn't do that. I was like, I had music lessons once a week. That's it. Me and my sisters went at the same time, right? Music lessons. That was it. So our mothers just didn't have this extreme stress, not only emotionally and physically on them, but also from the toxins. They didn't have this extreme stress from the environment and from the toxins. So now that when you don't work full time, what a huge difference. They were home throughout the week, right? Food was cleaner. It just was. Plastics are another main huge problem, and the meat and dairy industry, and wheat, grains too. So the meat industry, right? Like when our parents were growing up, it was like farm to table. It was farm to table. We didn't import stuff from Australia, not meat anyways. They just got the local stuff. Maybe their husbands went, my dad used to hunt, used to have wild meat, which is very lean and not full of any chemicals, preservatives, antibiotics, or hormones, right? Now, there's the feedlots, the way the animals are treated, what they are given, what is pumped into their systems, growth hormones. So if the animals are receiving the growth hormones, antibiotics, tons of other hormones to help them grow fat, grow faster, this or that, produce leaner meats, whatever they do to them, that's going into your system when you eat those meats. So conventional meats at grocery stores, right? Those became very popular as we were growing up. That's where our parents got all those. And then the grain industry at that time started pumping out breads really fast and wanting to store the wheat in long periods of time. So then when they stored the wheat, they had to spray stuff on them. Roundup, right? Roundup became a huge thing. That was given to all the farmers. All the poison that the farmers started putting on before they even knew how dangerous it was. Before there was organic farmers. Well, organic farmers there was hundreds of years ago, but you know what I mean. We grew up in the main time when there was so much junk being put on the farm foods, and we were getting stuff from the grocery store, not from big gardens usually, right? I'm lucky my parents always had big gardens, so in the summertime we ate good. But in the wintertime, and it was no organic food. I wasn't raised with organic food, except for the gardens, but the stuff my mom bought Cheese Whiz. She bought bread that could last on the counter for 5 weeks, stuff like that. Wonder Bread became popular, right? The peanut butter, they put sugar in the peanut butter, like I remember when I was really young, remember the real peanut butter like we have now with the oil on top and you had to stir it. And then all of a sudden Kraft came out and Jiffy and the peanut butter stirred it. It has so much sugar in it, so much crap. It's not real. It's kind of like just fluffy and it's weird. And so all the bottled sauces, all the bottled salad dressings, right? All these things started to come out that are full of MSG and chemicals. And then the packaged noodles and the packaged soups, Lipton soup, Kraft dinner, Campbell's soup, full of chemicals, full of preservatives, full of colorings, full of dyes, full of crap, chemicals, toxins. So we were ingesting all of these toxins. Your body can't keep up to the detoxification. It wasn't meant to. How many people? That's too bad I'm losing people. I know people. It's hard to hear the truth. It really is. But so our bodies now have to handle way more than they had to. And there's such a breakdown in it. And so our bodies become out of balance really young. I am hearing from girls going through hormonal changes in their 20s and 30s, right? They are, because their body's pumped full of fake estrogens that are in the plastics, that are in the meats. And then the dairy system, right, with growth hormones and the stuff they give to milk cows so they produce milk faster. Like all of these things are so harmful to not only the animals that are ingesting them, but also us who are consuming those products. And so they screw up our systems, bring us way out of balance, faster, sooner, and way more. So the more you continue to consume those things, the more you stay out of balance. And of course, the plastic water bottles and all those, which produce things called xenoestrogens. So these estrogens that are really harmful. And I truly believe that's why there's so much breast cancer too, is because of all these harmful estrogens from the plastics, from the meat, the conventional meats, from all the junk food, right? And all the fast food places. They're getting into your body, our body. And of course, like we said, a high level of estrogen is danger for breast cancer. And what they mean is there's good estrogens and bad estrogens. So in these these plastics and these fake foods and stuff, it's the bad estrogens. Obviously, they completely throw off the balance of our body. Our body can't function properly, break down to illness and disease, as well as when we go through this midlife change. It means wacko hormone balance. And so our symptoms are worse. And we're dealing with a lot of emotional symptoms and psychological problems, depression, and doctors don't understand. They don't learn about hormones or this phase of life for women. So regular MDs don't learn about it. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm doing a free training twice, one on July 8th, one on July 10th, a Zoom webinar, free training, question and answer. So I'm going to be posting information on that. So make sure you guys sign up for that. You will get the replay, but if you attend live on Zoom, you can ask me questions. I can help you with whatever you're dealing with, whether it's the food, whether it's stress, whether it's mindset, exercise, whatever, I can help you with that. July 8th and July 10th, one's a Thursday, one's a Saturday. So those are live. I've done it before, really, really, really good. They'll be on Zoom. So you get to talk to me. It could be video if you want. We can talk, we can have a conversation, and I'll be showing you slides and stuff. And it's called The Solution to Midlife Weight Loss, Energy, and Health. Tons of information in that. That's coming up. Make sure to look for it in this group. Or comment below, yes, give me the link, and I'll post the link under your comment, okay? So that make sure you have the link to sign up. So you can do, just go, yes, give me the link, and I'll give you guys the link to sign up for that free training. A chance to attend the trainings. You can attend both if you want. Yeah, so doctors don't learn, which that's just what it is. If doctors want to specialize in hormones, they take endocrinology and they become an endocrinologist. So don't expect your regular doctor to understand. So all they know is she has these symptoms. If one's anxious and depressed, put her on antidepressants. That's all they know. Or she has these symptoms. Oh, menopause? Give her synthetic hormones. Because they deal with the drug companies that produce the synthetic hormones, which don't balance you naturally, let me tell you. They are like, again, like taking like a Tylenol or an antidepressant. Once you take them, your body gets reliant on them. And if you try to go off them, they're going to throw you into even worse hormone imbalance. And they will most likely cause weight gain and bloating, water retention. If you take synthetic hormones, and they're actually really unhealthy for you. So if you're taking synthetic hormones, I suggest weaning off of them and looking into something called bioidentical hormones. And if you have symptoms you're worried about, post them they are below, because there are always ways for you to help decrease your symptoms, always. Naturally, for sure, as well as this too shall pass. It's not forever. Okay, thank you, Kathy. Yes, after I get off the video, I'll give each person the link. Make sure to say that, so because sometimes if I made a post and then like so few people saw it, that's Facebook, right? So yeah, if you want the link, then I'll make sure that you get the exact link. And if you're on YouTube, watching this on YouTube, make sure to say the same thing in the comments, and I'll send you guys the link for YouTube or wherever you're watching this. Anywhere on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you're watching it, let me know. Yeah, so this time it's really like we are really going through a really different time, right? And bioidentical hormones, no, anytime. Great for postmenopause and menopause. Great for any time because they help. And I might look into taking them again, because they just, as we age, our hormones decrease again. Decrease. Estrogen, that's why our skin becomes more saggy, more wrinkly. Our skin becomes saggier and wrinklier. And yeah, that's estrogen too, right? So yes, lack of sex drive, testosterone, and estrogen too. Over emotional estrogen causes problems with estrogen, right? So you may need to balance it. If you have too much estrogen, you can have weight gain. Over emotional, then you balance it with more progesterone, things like that. So it's just bringing your body back into better balance naturally by feeding your glands the food they need to produce hormones properly. So that's a big part of it. Who prescribes? A naturopathic doctor, or you can go to compounding pharmacist and ask them what doctors they work with for bioidentical hormones. So everybody in their neighborhood, I don't know about this throughout the States, has something called a compounding pharmacist. It's not a regular pharmacist. You see them for regular things too. Compounding pharmacist is how pharmacy used to work. They would make solutions specifically for a person. This person has this, this, this. Here you go. Here's your medicine. This person has this, this, this. I'm going to formulate something. That's snake oil. Remember those things, right? That's how it all started. They used to put herbs and stuff together, right? Like wild food actually around the place. And it was all natural way back. And they'd give it to people saying, here, you got a bad cold or a sore throat or you got a fever, take this concoction. They compounded things together, right? So if compounding pharmacies are coming back now and they produce things that are more like natural, right? They will put things together that'll help you with whatever you're dealing with in a more natural way. They're not just synthetic stuff. So that's what compounding pharmacies. So if you don't know of a naturopath, you can go to a compounding pharmacist and say, I'm interested in bioidentical hormones. What doctors do you deal with? Can I have a card or their name? And I will contact them. Do you guys have any questions? So this is a really important, and even if you guys are watching the replay, let me know. We really need to realize that the stress that women are dealing with right now, working full-time, trying to handle all of that, plus all of the fake foods, preservatives. And when you say, I'm just too busy, so I just grab this, or I eat this packaged food, or I eat this canned food, I want you to read every label of everything in your house. Canned food, jarred food, salad dressings, packaged spices, all of those types of things. And milk, cartons of milk, almond milk, soy milk, hemp milk, protein powders, all of those things. Read what's in them. Any chemical weird names or things that has an asterisk and says spices, those are not natural spices. When it says asterisk spices, those will most likely be things like MSG or something. They're chemical flavorings. And when it says natural flavorings, those are also chemical flavorings. They're flavorings made to taste natural. So bacon flavor, right? Like things like that. It's a flavoring that's made to taste like bacon. Vanilla, when it's like artificial vanilla, right? My mom used to cook with that, make that all the time, right? So when you see things like that, it's not natural. Same, and you'll see natural flavorings a lot in protein powders. So there's a lot of junky protein powders up there with amazing flavors, but they say natural flavorings. Well, they're made to taste like an orange, or it's made to taste like a strawberry, right? That's just what it is. It's a flavoring. It's not real. And so even some spice mix like New York, that's steak spice, has preservatives in it. So there's certain spice packets too. The more you take in that and the more consistently you take in stuff like that, your body has to store that stuff. It can't break down. It stores it in fat. So that's why we do see a lot of belly fat. A lot of people can't get rid of that fat. They're consistently taking in these toxins that can't be broken down by the body. So they need to be stored in the body in a safe place, and that's fat. Fat encapsulates the toxins, right? So are you drinking out of water bottles? Are you microwaving your food? Are you using salad dressings, sauces, spice mixes, canned foods? You can buy canned foods that are good. Just make sure you look for those organic canned foods, right? So you can make certain choices. Just always read the labels. Tetra packs of milk, those small Tetra packs are full of junk. Don't even buy those. Terrible, 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 terrible. Better for you to drink freaking milk or cream than drink one of those, right? If you're buying almond milk, buy the ones that are in the fridge section. Things like that, or oat milk. So it's just little things. There's a lot of reasons why we are experiencing worse symptoms. And these are just a few. And it's also how we choose to live our life, right? We're living in this frantic state of do, never having a break, never taking time off, working until you're 65 or 68 or even 70, never having downtime. Your body can't handle that. It's enough already. Women were not meant to handle that. They were just not meant to handle that. We're not the ones who are supposed to be doing all of that, right? And it's showing, as I think, is in so many cases of cancers and breast cancers and chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, all of those things, aches and pains in our bodies are emotional. And our body is like, it's enough Our soul is saying, this is enough. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be doing all this. This is too much. Still having kids at home at 26, 27, 28, cooking them dinner, cleaning up after them, worrying about them, dealing with their stressors, all of those things. Never, and always putting yourself last, right? Always putting yourself last. It's time to change that. It's time to change that. I'm also going to be doing a 5-part masterclass kind of week on empowerment for women. And why is because I believe so much in we need to take care of ourselves. And we are the ones who are doing this to ourselves, killing ourselves slowly, exhausting ourselves, burning ourselves out. We like to blame others. We like to blame our circumstances because we feel helpless. We feel like there's nothing I can do. I have to live like this. Well, no, you don't. It's just you're not sure how to make the changes. You're not sure how to think differently. You're not sure how to change things, and that's totally okay. How would you? You were never taught. We were never taught how to really take care of ourselves, right? Not at all. Well, it's time. You get to learn. And so I am going to be, hi, Deborah. I'm going to be doing that. I got to put another sign-in page up. So for those that just jumped on, I'm going to be doing a two-time video, Zoom video Q&A presentation on the solution to midlife weight loss, energy, and health, July 8th, July 10th. You can attend both. They're both the same. You can, whatever. You can ask me questions, come on video with me, whatever you want to do. That is free. There's a sign up. Say, yes, I want the link. If you want the link to that free, those free classes, that's July 8th, July 10th. Just say, yes, I want the link below, and I'll post it for you so you can sign up. It's free. And then I'm also going to be doing like I said, about a 5-day video series on empowerment. And that is going to be coming up too for those of you who need to work more on the mindset area of it. And, empowering yourself to take better care of yourself, setting up powerful boundaries, finally saying yes to yourself, and beginning to make the changes in your life so that you can bring your body back into better balance, feel more empowered as a woman, as a person, get back to you and taking charge of your life again. That's one of my personal things that I love to do. So those are both coming up for you. Say yes below if you'd like the link to either one of those. The other, or both of them. I haven't got the link for the second one, but when I do, I will give it to you, send it to you so that you can sign up. And then I'm going to be sending you guys info on when I'm doing the live videos and also the handouts on like the questions and the what I talk about, and probably some journal prompts and stuff. So it's going to be kind of like a journaling series, empowerment series of videos that will happen. So, all right, have an absolutely amazing evening. Feel free to invite friends to this group if you think anybody would be interested in this type of group. Great, Kimberly. And I'm here for you. I also do one-on-one. So if you want to hire me one-on-one, absolutely. We can do 1 session, 3 sessions, 4 weeks, 4 sessions, 5, 6, whatever you want to do. I have different prices. So there's always something that'll work. Okay. And then I also do group programs, and I'll be having another one coming up soon. Okay. So remember, you get to take care of yourself. You get to put yourself as a priority. And you don't have to suffer. There are so many things you can do. You just need to learn what to do. That's all it takes. It's just saying, oh my goodness, okay, I'm going to start making some changes and I'm going to start feeling better. Have an absolutely amazing night and weekend. I might be on before the weekend too. Okay, make sure to look in this group for the links also. Okay, have an amazing night, you guys. Bye-bye.